Make sure we are live. Because you know Twitch is like to be weird. Let's see. I love it when it tells me I was last live just now. And I'm like, Twitch. Come on. I think I am live. Oh, there we go. Confirmed. Confirmed live. Alright, so before we go into it, I have... Yes, thank you to It's Only Mari for the follow. Alright, y'all. Foxy's here. Hodge is not here because he cannot be. These are my cats, and they are lovable, furry menaces. Alright, welcome to the stream. My name is Allie. I'm from Ok2BeFat because it is okay to be fat. I stream definitely for sure on Mondays at 6. Although I've been starting a little bit earlier. I am workshopping Tuesday v Wednesday. And I'm definitely doing Fridays, as it is Friday right now. Yeah, so... will be... it's in flux. The schedule's in flux. But, I've been able to get on a lot more than I had been when, things in my life were quite bad. So, let's see. What do we got? What do we got? There's so much completion. Hey, truffles! Like chocolate truffles? I love chocolate truffles. Yeah. But like, what kind? Like the dark chocolate kind? Those are my favorite. Let's see. Okay, so there's a lot here. Battle. Brawler style. Oh, okay. Help attack victims. I should be getting Nouveau Riche enemies at some point. Learn all of Kamoji's moves. Business. We're not going to get business for a while. Mini games. Alright, so... There's so many things that you can do. So the question is what to do. You know what? I think I am gonna start a nice vending for one. I think they might be mixed milk chocolate. They come from a fancy looking box. They're not actually fancy. They're still fancy. They're just truffles. Truffles are fancy. Fancy and nice. I mean, I don't know. I'm probably, like, the worst person to be like, this is a fancy, because, you know. Ooh, I think the steel shin guards might actually be good. Okay, so I've got the card watcher on, which I kinda need. Oh, heck yeah, that's better. Yeah. Okay. Steel shin guards. Still wearing this sarong though. 433. That's not terrible. Okay. Okay, back in a sec. So. Rah. I'm sorry, please. Uh-oh. We got somebody being attacked here. You want to get bruised, boy? I will intervene. I'll be doing the bruising, I think. You heard that, guys? Get him! Oh! Get him! Alright. got him! Oh! And he exploded money. It was wonderful. I'm sorry, please don't hit me anymore. Thank you. I don't have much I can give you, but maybe you'll have a use for this. You got a slightly battered Torianer. Torianers are fine. Bounce of contrition, check. Enter. Alright, so how much money? I got money. Do I need sticks for this? Welcome, how can I help you? No, it looks like we don't need sticks. Sometimes you need betting sticks, and sometimes you don't. So let's try the beginner table. Hey, wanna play with us? Just to warn you, we all suck at this game. Hey. Okay, I will play. I'm like, yeah, you suck at it. I love it. I love that. Let me take your money. Change rules. Oh, we definitely want a quarter game. Quaitan, yes. We do not want the 2-hand minimum, and we do want the red Dora. Okay, start the game. Yeah, I'm entertaining myself. Okay. Back to... I both like and dislike this interface. I mean, it's not that I dislike the interface. I like that, the tiles are bigger. That's, like, super helpful, because it's way more readable. Can I? But, no, I'm not gonna do that. I don't, like, it's just a little bit harder, because, oh, good! I'm glad it's okay to be excited, because I am. Whoa. Welcome back. Alright, this is good. There we go. Ron. He looks at the box, and a Trefet's to France, original dusted with cocoa. Yeah. Nice. So, I'm not just doing this because I've become increasingly obsessed with Mahjong. I'm also doing it because it's for completion, but it's more just because I want to play Mahjong, because I love it so much. This version does not have the translations, essentially, for the characters, which is fine, because I learned them. So I know what they are, because this is the game that I originally started playing Mahjong on. I don't need that 8. Josh and I, because of my, like, Mahjong obsession, like, number one, Josh is also now playing Mahjong, which is hilarious. Yeah, it's, like, funny, but he's, like, enjoying it, and also now we're playing Rummy, which is pretty well related to Mahjong. I do not need 2 sets of 9s. I'm gonna get rid of some 9s. Rummy's great. I grew up playing Rummy. I swear, I think for a while there, we must have been playing Rummy, like, every day. This hand is bad. I should... cheat? No, I don't need to cheat on that. But yeah, we're playing Rummy. We're keeping a running score. He's absolutely trouncing me, which is hilarious. I don't know. What are the rules? Because, like, the rules that... I mean, that's the thing, too, is I tried looking up the Rummy rules to, like, refresh myself. And, you know, it turns out there's, like, a lot of variations, which is, makes a lot of sense. So we're just kind of playing it the way that I learned how to play it from my mother. But it's like, The difference is that a straight in Rummy requires 4 cards instead of 3, and that was like really messing me up when I first started playing, because I just like assumed that a straight would be stop pawning on me. A straight would be 4 tiles instead of 3, and that's just like, it's just not correct. Oh no. Well, it's been an eventful day. I accidentally deleted my entire YouTube channel and then was able to oh boy. It's 3 in Rummy Cub? Okay. So that's probably a little bit closer to but also, like, it might just be those are the rules that we played with, because it seems like the rules are different depending on who you're playing with. Because there's, like, do you need to discard to go out or not? That's the way that I played it, like, you do have to discard to go out, which makes, like, you know, counting, like, keeping track and counting, like, what you have in your hand, like, a little bit more complicated and strategic. But yeah, I accidentally deleted my YouTube channel and then was freaking out and scrambling to try to get it back, and was apparently successful in that. Oh, it's like only fucking me. I mean, I'm glad that I got it back too, although I keep checking it to make sure, because, like, it doesn't even matter what happened. Basically, it was, like, no backsies, and I was like, yeah, and, like, as I keep, you know, the problem with ADHD as a thing that is kind of like a demon. Like, the ADD demon will just be like, don't worry about it, it's fine, you don't need to check. And, like, those are the times when, like, you absolutely do need to check. And it's the times when I listen to the ADHD demon in my head. Oh, you have a bunch of videos bookmarked to watch? That's very kind. I mean, honestly, I was like, I was not happy, and it, oh Christ, he rounded on me again. Oh, hey, Miss Travel, thank you. I did not, like, I don't know. It's like always the times in which I'm like, don't worry about it, it'll be fine, and it never is. It never is. I always get punished, and I'm always like, why didn't you check? Because you know, when you don't triple check, that's when everything goes to crap. And I just didn't. You know, it's just a life of, like, 100 million double and triple checking until you're just like, and also sometimes I'm just like, it's not fucking fair, you know? It's not fair that, like, my brain is so like this, that I, like, yeah! That I, like, can't, like, ever relax, you know? Yeah! Like, I can never just be, like, chill about things, because it's when I'm chill about things that, like, bad things end up happening. And, like, I want to be more chill than I am, but, like, I have a lifetime of just getting absolutely ridiculously punished. And, you know, losing my bank account. Like, have I ever told y'all about how I, like, not only did I lose my bank account, but I lost the ability to have a bank account again for 5 years. It was bad. Like, my mother had to co-sign a checking account for me to have another one because I got put on a list that apparently, did you know that banks have a list of people that shouldn't be allowed to have a checking account? And they put me on the list, and then like I couldn't get off of it without having someone co-sign to have an account with me. This is back when checks were like more of a big thing, but like I don't know, it could still be like a thing that they do. I have no idea. But yeah, so basically what happened was yes, this is better. I had a bank account. I was like 19, I guess. I was in college, had this bank account, and I had set up overdraft protection because I was not at that time in my life very good about keeping track of checks and stuff. And I thought I had overdraft protection, and so I was not paying as close attention as I should have been. And I bounced like, I don't know, somewhere between 20, not 30, but more than 20, like low 20s, like checks. So like that's a metric. Oh, I'm glad that wasn't me. That's like a metric butt ton of checks to bounce in like a month or less. It was less than a month. And like, oops. Oh shit! I didn't mean to do that. Well, fuck. Like, I thought it was fine. It certainly was not. I think they also did that thing that they used to do where where they would put checks through in like an order that like makes you bounce checks. And so but I can't speak to that. It could have just been my fault completely. So I go to the bank because I go to like write a check for something and my check is like declined. Because now I'm on a like I'm on a list of people who write bad checks because that was true. And this is not gonna get me anywhere, I can just tell. So so I go to the bank and I'm like, WTF, I have overdraft protection. What did you guys even do? Because like they just hadn't used it, and then they were charging me all these like fees and shit on top of it, and I was so mad, and I was just like, and they wouldn't talk to me, and I don't know, I just got really mad, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, give me my money that was supposed to be the like overdraft money that I had in the savings account. I was like, give me my money, and I'm gonna go get another freaking checking account at the bank across the street. Like, legit, like, across the street. So I was like, okay, I'll just get another bank account, and these, like, assholes can just eat it. So, in the amount of time that it took me to get my money and go across the street to try to open another account, they had put my name on the list of people who couldn't have bank accounts. Which was not a thing that I even knew existed until it happened to me. And then I legitimately, I was unbanked, essentially. I legitimately couldn't have a bank account again until, yeah, years later. I had to do everything, in cash. And when I needed to send somebody money, I had to go get a postal money order so I could do it that way. And I think out of all the people like that you can do that with, the post office is actually pretty good because what they charge you, it's not very expensive, but it's still like $3 to $5 at the, I forget what it was. It was like 3 or something dollars at the time to get a money order. Um, and then, um, this is the story that I told my therapist when she was like, "But you're too organized to have ADHD," and I'm like, uh, no, I am not, and let me explain to you. This is all just fear. It is a posture of fear. Um, because then I had, like, uh, I don't know, like, however many checks, like, outstanding. Like, people would, like, call me and stuff, and so I was getting phone calls, people around town, and people were like, "You bounced a check, you owe me money," and I would show up and, like, pay them the money. Like, in cash, obviously. And so, you know, when I had it. But, like, I was trying to make it right, but, like, I didn't have, because I wasn't really good about keeping a check register at that point. Online banking wasn't a thing, and I couldn't, like, I didn't know what to do, right? So I was like, well, I can't really get information from this bank because, like, you know, the bank's closed, and also if I, like, my account's closed, and if I have to go back to that bank, I might become so angry that my body spontaneously combusts. So I was just like, it'll probably work itself out. So it did not. Yeah, exactly. I was just like, please, please, please don't tell people. You cannot have ADHD because you're too organized. Because, like, yes, you can. Because the organization is a desperate grasping. Like, the amount of organized that I am is way more than other people. Because of stuff like that. Alright, I made some money. Alright. So, like, my credit obviously was shot to shit, you know? Ooh. I hear a noise. Ooh, it's the Riona Miyanomi Type B card. Excellent. Alright, let's do an intermediate, and I will finish telling the story. Ooh. Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, see? Person who suffers terrible consequences from being disorganized and develops complex and intricate system to survive. Doctors see it was never a problem. Yeah, that's... So anyway, make sure my rules are like how I want them. Yes, alright. So, like... So basically, I have no bank account. I cannot get another bank account. I have no checks, and I have no way to cash checks. And on top of that, I have all of this outstanding bounced check money that I owe to people, and, like, do not have a way to figure out who I owe money to. So I was just like, it'll probably work itself out. Spoiler, it did not. I mean, I guess it sort of did if you consider, like, being threatened with multiple lawsuits to be worked out. I don't particularly consider that to be, like, working itself out, but, like, sure. So I spent basically the next... Like, I was able to get a bank account back before I was able to clean up. like this entire mess. I spent years getting like skip because I was moving around a lot too because I was poor, and so I would get like you know, people would run skip trace on me and they would send me letters. We're gonna sue you, blah blah. You owe money, and I would be like, I know, I know, I know, and then I would, you know, scrape the money together and send them fucking postal money order. Which, like, thank God for postal money orders. But I had I had to use cash for everything for, you know, for years. And I mean, usually the way I tell that story is I try to make it funny by be like, I got sued by Burger King, which is true. Like, not all of Burger King, right? Like a Burger King. Used to be able to write checks at Burger King, and I had bought just like a regular fucking Whopper meal, and it was like, fine, you know, like, how much was a Whopper in the 90s? Like, I don't know, it must have been a check for like $5 to $6, and at the end of the day, I think I ended up paying $500 for that. And it was just that just like slow motion rolled out for like years. I had to, like, you know, fix my credit, which just like, it just took a lot of time. But there was like one person who kept. There was like one person on my, like, when I moved from the South up to New Jersey, which was like, so I was 19, so that was like a hot 7 years later, right? And stuff's supposed to come off your credit report at a certain point. Whoa. And that point is, well, I mean, to be fair, it was like an individual, like, person who, like, owned a Burger King, but yeah, I mean, I'm like, it's my fault. I owed this person money. I wrote a check and it bounced, you know, and like, I had to take care of that, but it sucked. It was awful, you know. I was telling my niece about it, and she was like, that's like a flex. That's the most expensive Whopper anybody's ever had. And I was just like, oh no, it's not, my brand is not flexing. my brand is hashtag relatable, radical honesty. I am bad at things, so that other people can feel, you know, seen. But yeah, it was a mess. Oh shit, I should have conned that. Oh well. I don't like do my best mahjonging while I'm like, here's the worst financial blow up I ever had. But whatever. Like, it happened, you know? I mean, I'm like, ADHD is like, it is a disability, you know? It, like, it gives you very specific and hard to explain memory problems that are really, really hard to deal with and really hard to understand. Like, I didn't know at the time that I had ADHD. I thought I was just like a fuck up, you know, and like some kind of like weird fuck up loser. And my entire, you know how like, sometimes, I mean, I think this is true like in a lot of families, but especially in families that are super dysfunctional. Thank you. I do feel proud of overcoming this situation. I mean, I think, like, the moral of the story is, like, double check, be careful, but also like many things that seem intractably bad and like your life is ruined are actually fixable given enough time. And that like Jelly, hi! I was telling the story about how I get sued by Burger King. I mean, I only say sued by Burger King because I think that is funny. It was just one Burger King. It was not the entire corporation. But, yeah, it was just one of those things where it like, really, 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 in an excruciatingly painful way, brought home the, like, the idea that for whatever reason, other people could be, like, loosey-goosey about stuff, but, like, I could not. And, like, and that I had to be careful in ways that other people don't. And, like, that's not fun. You literally just had Burger King, too. Burger King's tasty. But yeah, it was a bounce check. There was a bunch of bounce checks. I think I actually talked about this in my, video about the meat car. I'm gonna get rid of that east. That's not really doing much for me at this point, I don't think. Although that's not gonna do much for me either. I'm getting rid of it. But yeah, it was mess. About the what? The meat car? Oh, would you like to hear the story of the meat car?
Whoa.
That story was very popular on Twitter, so I filmed myself telling it, but I'll tell it to you again. Okay. So the meat car is significantly more recent than, what am I gonna keep as my pair? I'm gonna keep this as the pair. It's a significantly more recent story than the story of being sued by Burger King. So what happened with the meat car is, Josh and I had, like, just moved in together. I think we had been going out for about 6 months when we moved in together. He was a little trepidatious, which is fair because, like, you know, 6 months is not, like, a huge amount of time, but, you know, and like, but basically, he was losing his place, and his roommate was, like, gonna go live with his girlfriend, and so it was just, like, a situation where, you remember the meat cart? Yeah. So it was, like, a situation where, basically, like, it was, like, are you gonna get your own place, or are you gonna, like, move in? And I was just, like, move in with me, I like you so much. And, like, but also trying not to be pressury, you know. But, like, eventually, I don't know why I told you that part, but, like, he did decide to move in with me, obviously. Because I was just like, I know this is gonna work, I know, I'm, like, not worried, and so, he did. We'd been living together for, like, God, he moved in like, somebody, yeah, so he moved in like March, April, somewhere in the spring. ADHD storytelling is always epic. It's very true. Hi, BBs. So, he moves in. We've been living together. He's in the spring. It's now August. Oh, I'm sorry. The cat needs to be petted, so we all have to wait. It's very important. So we're living together. We go, this is before we kind of sorted out, like, our, like, how we wanted to do chores together and stuff. And so we went to the grocery store together. Later, Josh was just like, I would like to do the grocery store shopping by myself because I don't want to be in the grocery store as long as it takes you to shop for things. And I was like, that's great because you know what? I don't want to do it at all. So that seems perfect. So he would just do it, and I was like, awesome. Um, but this was before that, and we had driven the car to the grocery store, which was close, but not like close enough that it was like walkable. And we got all this stuff, came home, blah blah, brought all this stuff, just like regular, bring it all in. And I thought like there was a couple of times. The other thing that you need to know is like it was August, and I was working in a situation like I was and still work like in the city. So I like when I'm not working at home, I commute. Like so I take the bus, I take the train, I won't drive the car. Josh was working still as a graduate student, so he was also taking public transportation to the university when he had his classes that he had to teach. And so we really weren't using the car that much. And we had left. August in Philly is very hot and very humid. And like we left a whole bag, like we had everything I guess was sorted by like type, and like had put all of the meat that we had bought into one bag, which when we were unloading the car, neither one of us noticed what we didn't bring in. And I had like a kind of thought, a couple of like I remember thinking to myself, didn't we buy like pork chops? I can't find the pork chops. Didn't we buy like bacon? I can't find. Oh, and then I would just be like, oh well, maybe I was wrong. Cause like the other thing too is a lot of times I will think of something, and then my brain records that as the thing being done, which it isn't. So, ooh, that's a hand. Oh, brutal. So I guess I just figured, well, I thought we bought pork chops, but maybe we didn't, you know? Like that happens to me a lot. Like I have to go to Josh and be like, did I tell you this thing? Because I think a lot of times my sisters get really angry at me for like repeating myself a lot, but I'm just like, I don't know what I said to who. I don't remember. So I just figured like whatever. And Tomatomaniac, hi! Yes, it's the meat car story. No, I do not want that. So I'm like, cool. Whoa. Whatever. And so then we had to run an errand that involved using the car. I believe the errand was that we had to go. I had some paintings that were in an art show, and as is true with so many art shows, they did not sell, and I had to go pick them up. Cool, gonna go pick up my paintings. And or drop them off. I don't remember which. But anyway, we have the car, we gotta go somewhere. So we get into the car, and Josh is like, you know, because the other thing too that you have to know is that like Philly's just stinky in the summer. Like it's just kind of stinky. Like there, you know, the garbage is kind of, it was garbage day, so there was garbage already out, and the garbage trucks were late, and they hadn't picked them up, so there's garbage, there's sewer smells. It just doesn't always smell the best. And so Josh is like, oh, no, I didn't need to do that. He's like, oh, like, the garbage is, like, really intense. And I was like, yeah. And so I get in the car. I'm gonna pawn on that. No, I do not want to pawn on that. Nope. I get in the car, I go to drive it, I get, like, yeah, a run for me. it's a short block. I get like halfway like up the block, and I start like saying something is wrong. Like something is wrong. Something is wrong. And Josh is just like, wow, it's just like what is it? What's going on? And I'm just like, something is wrong. And then it like I turn the corner and the smell is just so bad. And like, I don't know how to explain it. It just like, it like clicked in my head, right? Like, oh no, I know what happened. And my brain does the thing that ADD brains do sometimes, where just like everything kind of comes together and you know something that like you can't even explain how the knowing happened, but like you know. And I knew that we had left this like bag of meat in the car in August for 2 weeks. And then I just start screaming, the meat! And so Josh, my boyfriend, we had not even been going out. I think at this point we had just been going out for a year. And he's like, what? And I'm just screaming, because the smell keeps getting worse and worse. I'm screaming, the meat. This is all I can say is the meat. Over and over again. The meat. The meat. The meat. And he doesn't understand what's going on, but I know. And so I parked the car, because I'm driving. I park the car, jump out of the car, pop the trunk, and open it, and then content note for gross for this whole story, but also for insects at this point, so just FYI. At that point, I open the trunk, I pull out a completely, like, and totally just, it's just a bag of rotten meat, right? Like, it's completely decomposed, and there's flies. Like, a wave of flies hits me in the face, which causes me to scream even more. We're on a residential street also, so like I am like in the car, grab the thing, I'm screaming because all of these flies hit me in the face like something out of a fucking horror movie. And then I grab the bag. It's like one of those like cloth grocery bags. I like grab it by the handle, run. Luckily there happened to be a garbage can on the street. I don't even know whose garbage can that was. I am so sorry, whoever's garbage can that was. I did you wrong. But I grab it, I sprint to this garbage can and throw it in the garbage can. But like, it's still like there's flies everywhere, and it smells like death. Like, it smells like death. And so I come back to the car. Josh is standing at the trunk, and he's just like 17 kinds of bewildered. I have not explained anything. I've just been screaming single words at the top of my lungs. The meat, scream, 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 no words, the flies. And he's like, what is happening? And I finally collect myself enough to be like, we left. We left a whole bag of meat in this car for 2 weeks. And I get to watch the, like, I watch his face, like, crumple, right? Because it's so terrible. Like, because, like, he's got this look on his face that's like, oh no, my girlfriend is terribly upset. Like, what's happening? I don't understand what's going on. There's, like, so much screaming. And then, like, it dawns on him, and it's like a fucking cartoon. What happens to his face? And it hits him, right? And he goes, oh God. He's like, oh no. And I'm just like, ah. And then, I... Yes, I got an E-pot. And I got a Mangan? Yes, that was sweet. And then I say to him, I give him the keys, and I was like, you have to, we're gonna roll all the windows down in this car, and you will drive the car around the block 3 times and try to get some of these flies out. Because I'm just like, I can't with bugs, and I'm like screaming. I mean, not at him, but I'm just like, I'm kind of like jumping up and down and kind of freaking out, and then, and he did, because he is like the world's best person. And then we ran our errand. Like, we still did. We rolled down all the windows, and I was like torn between like screaming and crying and laughing. Like, you know, there was a period of time when I was in college, and like I just kept like over and over successively, like in a row, like just losing my purse and my wallet, like over and over and over, because like anything that isn't like physically attached to me is just like, it might as well be thrown to the wind. And so at one point, like, I had to call my father from another state and be like, and it had just happened like a month before, and I was like, I lost my wallet again, and I'm in another state, and I don't have enough gas. I was gonna get gas after I went to a movie, and since I had to drive, it was so rural where I was living, I had to drive to another state to see a movie, and I was like, I was gonna get it after I saw the movie, and like, now I don't have anything, and like, can you please like give this gas station guy your credit card number so that I can please get back home? And he just like yelled at me on the phone, and was like, this kind of shit only happens to you. And that's not true, but I thought about that when the meat car thing happened, because I was just like, this kind of shit does only happen to me, like, why? No, I don't want to pawn. But yeah, so, that's what happened. And then, that same day, I had a friend who is also an artist, and and she didn't have a car, so she was in the same show and had to do the same kind of errands, drop off, delivery, or there was another, she needed a ride, and I was like, yeah, I'll give you a ride, it's not a problem. And so I had to call her on the phone, and I was just like trying to explain to her like what had happened, and I was just like, and she was like, oh, it's no big, like, oh, I was like, the car is bad. It smells really bad. Like, this thing happened, I don't know what to tell you. It's, like, bad. And she was just like, oh, don't worry about it. It's no big deal. And I was just like, Jen, I cannot explain to you how much of a big deal it actually is. You have this, I've never smelled anything like this in my life. It smells like death. It smells, it's just awful. And she was like, it's no big deal, don't worry about it. And I was like, okay, I will still do the thing that I said I was gonna do for you, because like obviously you need me to, but like I am warning you, it's bad. Because I just felt like I had to do that. Ooh. And Josh and I went to the grocery store and we bought them like completely out of baking soda and just put like open baking soda box like you would do, you know, and like a fridge to make it not smell bad, and we put like 20 or 30 like open boxes of baking soda like just in different places in the car. My best friend like you know, did some internet sleuthing and was like, people say that like, you know, whole coffee beans will help, and I'm just like, fucking anything at this point, sure. um and so like we put like cups of like open coffee bean, like open with coffee beans in them, like in the cup holders. And it still took months for it to go away. Like it was significantly into the next year before it didn't smell like death. But it didn't smell like death anymore. But also, oh, are you sure? Oh no, it's still the sub story. Are you sure my sushi is good enough? Please be honest with me. Okay, so before I go with this, I'll just like wrap this up so I don't have that feeling that I didn't wrap something up, which is a feeling that I hate. So, yeah, so I took my friend to her errand, and she was like really nice. I was just like, we just can roll windows down. I'm really sorry. And she was like, oh, it's fine, blah blah blah. And and on the way back, as we were like almost back to her apartment, she was just like, it is really bad. And I was like, it's really bad. It's so bad. But yeah, I mean, I guess like it's funny. At the time, I don't know, even at the time I was just like, what the fuck, man? How does shit like this even happen? So like I try to have like a sense of humor about stuff like that, but I was also just like so fucking bummed ass. But then I guess another moral of the story is like it was fine eventually. Like it took like about 8 months. It was really bad for I would say about 2 or 3 months. It took about 8 months for it not to smell like that at all. But eventually, you know, we would change out the baking soda. But it did eventually smell like a car that had not had a meat incident. And so I'm just like, you know what? Most of things that happen in life are fixable with enough time. You're doubting yourself again. Well, yes. I wouldn't be coming here if it wasn't good. Why can't you accept the fact that you're good at this?
Yeah.
But I'm not. I only know the basics. There are many kinds of fish. I've never even had the chance to prepare myself. If only I had the time and skill, I'd get out there with a rod and lure and get fresh fish to work with. I go fishing every once in a while. I wouldn't say I'm particularly good at it, though. Hold on, you fish? Really? I just do it once in a while for fun. Plus, you get fresh fish you can't find in markets. Ah? Are you okay? I do realize that this is a big favor to ask, but do you think you could bring me some of the fish that you catch?
Nani?
That's a strange thing to ask a customer. I know, but I really need this. I'll never become a respectable sushi chef without more experience preparing and serving a variety of fish. I'm glad Kiryu has such a relaxing hobby. Me too. Not only that, but I've never really worked with fish that's just been caught, so I could really use your help. Freshly caught fish is completely different than what you find at the market. I think that working with that would help me improve my skills faster. I can see where you're coming from. Peachy? Peachy? What the heck? Listen, y'all, it's been a heck of a week. I've had some stuff going on that I can't really talk about, but it's made me very anxious. And I am dedicated to getting tipsy. So I've already made some strides on that. So just like, please excuse me. I looked at please and said peachy. Good lord. Okay. Whatever. Please, whenever you can, it's fine. Just bring me fresh fish, whenever's best for you. In return, once I prepare whatever you bring me, you can eat it for free. Ha! Now we're talking. Alright. I'll see if I can get something for you next time I go fishing. No guarantees, though. I understand. That's perfectly fine. Thank you so much, I don't know your name, I'm afraid. I'm Genji, by the way. I'm Kiryu. No need to thank me just yet. You can now bring Genji fish, and he will make it into sushi for you. Which is going to be important to increasing his friendship level. Have one for you? I definitely will have one for you. I'll have one for everybody. Alright, so we've got some options here of stuff. Okay. I can go play a couple of video games. There's the UFO catcher. I've got batting. There's dancing, darts and pool. I think we watched the only erotic video we have access to. I can do another karaoke. And I am not going to play shogi. I'm just not going to do it. I'm like, I barely understand chess. I can't do a different version of chess. So we can kind of fart around a little bit. We go bowling. Do some mini games, or I can push the story forward. So, just question for the chat: does anyone have thoughts and opinions? Let me go buy some bait while you guys are hopefully kind of, because like, you know, I like some of the grinding and stuff too, but I also want to keep things, you know, cool and fun and interesting for y'all. Shop. I'm just gonna buy all of this stuff. Have that. Have that. Baseball shirt? Ooh, expensive. Dun dun dun, Don Quixote. Gold champagne. A bunch of drinks. A couple of these. Maybe we should get more than a couple. Alright, I'll get 3. Thank you, I will. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to... I don't remember where I get bait from for the fishing. I'd like to get some bait. Let's see. I don't think... Okay, so I'm off a couple of the karaoke songs, so that might be fun. Looking forward to more story, but not in a rush. Alright, so let me, oops, sorry guys. So here's what I'm thinking. I just want to see if this Popo has bait. Because if it does, I'm gonna buy some bait and then stash it. What do you got? Yep. Okay. No baits. Okay. I'm like, I wonder if... Okay. So I'm just gonna run up to the karaoke bar and I'm gonna do a couple of karaoke songs and then I'm gonna push it forward. Oh, ooh. You know I can't resist it. Let me get my vending. You're just here to vibe? Vibing is fun. Oh, a mushroom. Cool. Oh, I had another question. Alright, so 2 more questions for y'all. I keep pausing because I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna burp, but I definitely don't want to burp into the microphone because that seems, I don't know, some combination of rude and embarrassing. I'm just like, perimenopause is just like, it is, it's so humiliating because like the amount of like issues with like burping and farting, and it's just like, but it's worse if you can't because then you're in pain, and so I just hate it. I'm not a fan. Okay, so question number 1, and then I'm gonna start running up. I'll give you guys a little time to answer, and I'm gonna start running up towards the karaoke. Okay, so I did a Twitter poll. It, as I thought, most people just push the button for like, I like to push buttons. So considering that y'all are the stream regulars and your opinion is the, you know, you're the ones that are here, so I kind of want to ask you the most. Tuesday or Wednesday? Like, is if because I'm kind of like, it's kind of a wash for me which one of those is better for me personally. So if there is like, if one of those works better for y'all or more of y'all than not, then like I would rather do it that way. Wednesday? Okay, anybody else? Like, if you don't have a preference, that's also fine. Ooh. What? I gotta fight these guys. Hit you with a thingy. No, I can't get that. Can I get this? No. What can I pick up? Sorry, fine. Jeez, guy. Come on. Actually, you know what? I should let them punch me a few times so I can eat food. Good either way. Oh, that's okay. The questions here was, is Tuesday or Wednesday night better for you to be able to like to come stream? Because it's kind of like, for me, it's kind of, either one kind of works in a similar way. Ooh, there it is. Got the Ayaka Tomata Type A card. Do you know what time night is, roughly? It would be around 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern. Do I have enough? Oh! Jeez, guy! Ooh! Punch, punch. Yeah! Got him! Because, like, the situation at this point is that, Josh is having to work on the weekends. And so, there's some stuff that I need to do chores-wise that is stuff that, like, normally he does. Because he's working. And, I mean, they've got him kind of working 7 days a week at this point. That's not a permanent situation, but it is a situation that requires a schedule change, at least temporarily. Because I don't want to miss streams, you know? Do I got enough for that? Where does it say how many I have? Oh, okay, yeah, I got enough for that. Yes! I want money. Yes, money is important. Get quick change clothes? Oh. Nice. Okay, so those like that's one of the reasons why you know I think they did a really good job in this game of like making completion like actually at least some things like worth pursuing because you get points that you can use to like significantly upgrade your character. Um Okay, that sounds good. That makes sense. It sounds like for next week I'll try Wednesday. Um and we'll like trial that and see how it works. And, you know, like eventually I would, and like who knows if this is like possible now or even or ever, but like I'd eventually like to stretch goal go for partner, which means I'm gonna have to stream more than I'm doing now, which means probably adding back Saturday and keeping like Wednesday or Tuesday, but like where is it? Oh, I see it. But that's like kind of so not on the table at the moment that it's not really a part of my consideration. Like I'd like for that to be a thing at some point, but like that's not really. I'm not very close to it, so I'm not like really that worried about it. Yeah, I'd have to do a lot more. So you know, I'd like to try for it eventually, but like I kind of gotta build up to it and stuff. So. Yeah, omelets. Okay, so let's do a karaoke machine round. Oh yeah, we're gonna sing. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so question number 3, and I'll let you guys answer this while I am karaokeing. But and sorry for the like interrogation, but also I was wondering like some of the grindier stuff in this game, like do you guys like want to see like everything? Like do you want me to like you know, cuz like I'm happy to not play unless it's on the stream cuz like I'm playing other stuff when I'm like not with you guys. Like I'm on 6. But there's some stuff where I'm like, you know, like do people want to see that grindy stuff? Like, so that's the question. Like, do you want me to just like save stuff for the stream, or like, are you cool for me to do like some stuff off of the stream? Do you not care? That's kind of the question. Oh, yeah, I get you. Karaokeing. Alright, sing. Cool. Oh, not simple. I'm like, Heartbreak Mermaid. I love her. Dun. Oh, I got an 89 on this last time. I remember that. I got our little karaoke guy in the corner. Oh no. It's different in the new games. Like the mechanics are different. It's kind of going back and forth. I love that part. Oh no. No. Well, this is not going to be the 90. Oh no, it's an 89 again. Oh god. All right. Ugh. Oh, the brutality. Do you do it with your thumb or use your fingers like they're playing DDR? I'm doing it with my thumb. I mean, I don't see any reason not just to play the whole thing. If you guys like don't mind watching like grindy stuff and chatting, I don't mind doing it on the stream. I'm like perfectly happy to do that because like I mean, to me the point of doing like Yakuza streams because like my plan after 0 is to just be like, let's play Kwame 1 and then just go through them because like I love them and I like sharing this thing that I love with y'all. So that was my plan, but I just was like, you know, if anybody's like, no, I don't want to watch you grind karaoke for completion points, I'm like, okay. Because like at the end of the day, it's for me because I love doing it, but it's also like it's for y'all and I want it to be entertaining and like fun and you know, like a good time for everybody. All right, so let's try Rouge of Love, which I also love. Oh, it sounds like, okay, so cool. It sounds like everybody's kind of on the same page, which is nice. And you get to like really see and like fall in love with Kiryu, which is like, it's what I want. I want everyone to love him. Like I do. Everybody say Rouge of Love. Say Rouge of Love. Oi. 赤く染めるぜ Rouge of Love. Yay, yay, hua, 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 hua. Come on, baby. Oi. 大好き Who? Go, 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 go. Pretty face. Hey, hey. Ole mo. Gomi no yona 存在怯えてる唇を赤いルージュで隠した Oh, Rouge of Love 欲のネオンに Oh, Rouge of Love 汚れてく my heart Can't take my heart 養殖業のように自由に闇を泳ぐわ Oh, Rouge of Love 似合い始めた Oh, Rouge of Love ハリボテの衣装 Can't take my heart 傷ずれた肌に心に染みるルージュ of Love Oh no! Everybody say Rouge of Love. La 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 la. Rouge of Love. I just love he's such a goofball. He's such a goofball. Yes! Got it. Josh told me And I've said this before, but I always think about it. Like I very frequently think about it when I'm like doing the karaoke in these games. Is that he had a colleague who went had visited Japan. Like this was when he was in graduate school, and said that he went to a club, and he was just like, I felt so out of place because everybody else knew the like hand motions and dances, and I didn't. And like, and I'm just like, I think the first time he told me that, I was like, it sounds like people in Japan are having more fun than we are having here. Yay! All right. So we've all right. You know what? I'm I'm like, Heartbreak Mermaid. I've got my eye on you. I can do it. I feel like I can do it. Oh, bye, Demonomaniac. I'll see you again later. Bye. Thank you for showing up to the stream. Alright, Heartbreak Mermaid. It's you and me. This is not even the hardest karaoke that there is. The stuff in Kwame 2 is, like, wild. I want a job where what I do is, like, you know, when COVID is over, where I just sing karaoke so people can, like, you know, clap hands and dance and stuff. I'd be great at that. I love karaoke. Alright, this seems better. Now it's gonna... Shouldn't have said anything. John, John. Cha-cha-da-cha-da. John, John. Cha-cha-da-cha-da. John, John. Chun-cha-dun-cha-dun. Ooh, that might have gotten it. That was better. Oh! I love a weirdly awkward story. Get companies to hire you to hype up their karaoke live stream social events. Listen, if companies want to do that, I'm available. I got it! Yes! Yes! I am the karaoke princess of the world. Oh. I am gonna do one more because it's time for Baki Matai, which you know how I feel about Baki Matai. And then I'm gonna push the story. Alright, let's see what they got. We're gonna sing. This is the best song. And it's a meme, also, which is wild. Oh, shit! No, I want to start over, because I like that part at the beginning. I don't care. Alright, I'm paying attention. Alright. Yes, yes, let us peruse. Alright. Here we go.
I sing for you. 子供なのね夢を追って傷ついて嘘が下手なくせに笑えない笑顔を見せた I love you もろくに言わない口下手でほんまに不器用なのにどうしてさよならは言えたのダメダメよダメのあんたが好きで好きでどれだけ強いお酒でも歪めない思い出がバカみたい
16% more fun. I can promise that. Aww. Oh, Kiryu. Bahimatai, it translates to I've been a fool. Oh, poor buddy. Hey. Alright. Let's go to Kiryu's apartment. Aww. I'm like, oh, that's kind of sad, but yeah, those things can kind of do happen. Oh, right. So that's where Millennium Tower's gonna be. Just golfing away. Alright. I like to golf. I like to dance. Do I have... Okay. Okay, so I definitely need to save if we're gonna push forward. Oh, sorry, lady. Oh no! Oh! Sorry, okay, yep. Okay, we're just saving. Millennium Tower, is that where Sito Kaiba is gonna open Kingdom Hearts? That's a little bit too deep of a Kingdom Hearts lore for me. I mean, that may very well be although if they're trying to be stealthy, it's not very good stealthy, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes it's like it's hard to tell what people's like. Okay. What people's like intentions are in regards to like kind of following stuff like streams or whatever, because like that's the thing is like some of my friends are like, I'll follow your stream, and I'm just like, that's chill and everything, and I appreciate it, but like, unless you actually are going to watch them, like, it doesn't matter to Twitch that you're following me. Like, it doesn't go off of that. And they're like, It's like they want to be supportive, but also, like, they get to see and hear me kind of, like, whenever, so it's like, I found that, like, people who know me offline are not super, like, engaged in, like, my online kind of internet person stuff. That's true. It is a little bit weird. It's it's also like outside percentage possibility. It might not be that person, although it seems like with the avatar it probably is. Um but yeah, I mean if you don't want them to, you definitely can you can decide not to if that's what you want to, but like if you're cool with it, then like that's cool too. Um yeah, okay. If the name is also on brand for them too, I would give you like a 99% chance that's the person. But it might be that like they're I don't know. People do weird stuff after breakups, and sometimes they'll just like, peek in on people or whatever. Like, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if my sister has an alt where she uses to check in on me from now and again. Like, I kind of look checking on her every little while, and I'm sure I don't like what I see, and I'm sure she doesn't like what she sees. So, like, it's an exercise in like, why would you do that to yourself? But it's hard not to. Um, all right, we're going. We're doing it. You can travel to Kiryu's apartment from here. I'm gonna do it. Feels like I haven't been home in forever. Way too much has happened in the last couple of days. I mean, the thing too that's kind of that I always think about with this game is like the voice actor that they got for Kiryu is like his voice is so like as someone was like on Twitter, they were like, "Oh, have you ever thought someone was sexy like just from their voice?" And I'm just like, "Have you seen this game? The voice is amazing." And then also he's like a professional singer. Like he has a band and um yeah, it's hard. I mean, like it's hard with family stuff and like the internet because like on the one hand, I'm just and I've had people be like cuz I tend to be pretty open about stuff, although not everything, even though it seems like it's everything, I assure you it's not. But I've had people get really really upset with me about some stuff and I'm just like, I mean, you know, I don't I that's but that also happened to me. Like it's not just you that things happen to when there's a relationship and like and it's like, well people, sometimes people are like, oh, people are going to know, and it's just like, but no they won't. And also like I need to talk about things, but like why did you go looking, is also sometimes a question, but like that's kind of what precipitated the blow up with my father is that like he went looking for stuff, and when he went looking he found stuff because there was stuff to find because of I'm just like, the ways that you treated me are not allowed to be a secret just because it makes you look bad. Like, you did do those things.
俺だ、桐生。入るぞ。ビールしかねえぞ。分かってるって。他に期待しちゃいねえ。錦、あれから柏木さん、なんか言ってたか？いや、何も。そうか。でもお前が生きて戻ってきたの見てから、またすげえ勢いで冷麺食ってたよ。それまではむっつり黙って何にも喋らなかったんだけどな。あの人らしい。だろ？そうか。あのクゼが縁故詰めることになるとはな。何が起きるかわからねえもんだ。ああ、だがまだこれからだ。若頭補佐の3人のうちの誰かが殻の一粒を手にすりゃ、風間のおやつさんは組を追われる。
Oh no, our
俺
dad.
の殺しの濡れ衣も晴らさねえと。殺に目つけられたらもう終わりだ。そのことなんだけどよ、桐生。実はな、東光クレジットの社長、さっき殺されたぞ。何？
Whoa.
ニュースになってる。会社の中で撃ち殺されてたらしい。あの社長はクゼの指示でお前を殻の一坪におびき出したんだろう。多分クゼがその口封じに殺させたんだ。クゼはあいつはそんなに簡単に人を殺すのか？あのバカなんだってやるさ。てめえの身を守るためだ。だからよ、正面切ってクゼから真犯人聞き出すってのは相当難しいぜ。
I mean, you gotta listen to Nishiki here. I think he is correct. Tira, I'm sorry that happened. It was similar with me. Although I do know what it was that he found.
錦、お前立花不動産って知ってるか？あ？立花不動産？組を抜けた後、その立花って男が来たんだ。殻の一粒を手にするために協力しろとな。奴は俺の濡れ衣を晴らせるとも言っていた。おい、待て桐生。俺知ってるぞ、この立花不動産。奴ら殻の一坪にまで手出そうとしてんのか？どういう連中なんだ？立花不動産は町に事務所構えてるような真っ当な会社じゃねえ。俺も聞きかじりだけどよ、一言で言え、カムロ町に特化した不動産乗っ取りのスペシャリストだ。不動産乗っ取り？ああ、今カムロ町は狭い土地に飲み屋やら風俗やら店がひしめき合って空きがねえ。しかもそのほとんどを東上界の極道たちが仕切ってる。だが立花不動産そのカムロ町の鉄の壁に穴を開けることができるんだ。
I mean, they're like 20 years old, so they're just gonna be messy.
どんなに繁盛してる店だろうが、立花不動産が目をつけりゃ数日持たずに中の人間は追い出されちまう。金、脅迫、嫌がらせ、ヤクザ顔負けのやり口で店潰しちゃ空きになった不動産を転売するって話だ。たとえ東上界のケツ持ちと勝ち合おうがお構いなしにな。今時の不動産周りは金のわしづかみ競争だ。得体の知れない連中が群がってる。けどその中でも立花不動産は札付きだ。東上界本家も連中を排除しようと追ってるらしい。本家か。そのくらい厄介な連中ってこと。
Real estate is always so shady. Oh my god.
面白くなるな。信用できる相手ならの話だ。なんで俺を引き込もうとするのか立花の腹が読めねえ。なら明日少し突っ込んで立花不動産を調べてみようぜ。探ってみる価値はある。いや、 調べんのは俺一人でやる。
あ？
お前が俺と一緒に動けば堂島組に目をつけられる。お前は関わるな。
桐生。
組抜けると決めた時から一人でやるのは覚悟の上だ。
Yeah, no, they're supposed to both be around like 20 years old. Maybe Nishiki's right, and I should accept Tachibana's offer, but I need more to go on before I can trust him. I should hit the town to see what I can find out about him. Gather info on Tachibana real estate. I mean, his apartment is, like, it's not bad. I've lived in worse places. Yeah, I mean, I think compared to, like, how Kiryu looks now, he looks like a straight-up baby to me. So, like, I think when I first played this, I was like, how old is he supposed to be? And I think he's 20. But, like, yeah. Let's see. Let's go do, like, one set of dancing, and then that'll be the stream, I think. See, because, like, what's happening here is that Nishiki doesn't really get it that, like, Kiryu is not in the Yakuza anymore, and, like, right now, and that because Nishiki is, that he can't, like, he's still, because Nishiki's, like, first, like, loyalty is obviously to, like, Kiryu and to his, like, foster dad Kazuma-san, and, like, because he didn't think and I guess didn't internalize the idea that, like, this was going to kind of put a wedge in between them and separate them, because, like, Nishiki still has to follow orders. Oh, wow. I feel very lucky in that I have a very hard to Google name, because Thompson is just, like, ridiculously common, and that has been very helpful, because, like, not for nothing, but, like, Kiwi Farms takes a run at me, I don't know, every couple of 3 months, but I think the fact that my last name is Thompson really makes it very hard for them. That, and also, like, people have been threatening to dox me for, like, I don't know, ever since I started Ok2BeFat, like, as a Twitter account, it, like, basically the dox threat started, like, immediately, and I got really freaked out, and I, you know, started trying to lock stuff down. I think that's, like, kind of, like, awesome and beautiful, but on the other hand, it makes you, like, really easy to find, and, like, there's certainly reasons why you wouldn't want to be, you know, and, like, yeah. I think the last time I Googled Allie Thompson, the most, there was at one point a WNBA player with that name, but I think the thing that comes up the most is, like, there's a Scottish musician, but his name doesn't have a P in it. Like, that's the Thompson, because when people are like, what's your name, I always spell my first name, because there's so many ways to spell Allie, and then I say Thompson, and then usually they say, with a P, and I say yes, and then that's all I need to do, because, like, it's just, like, the 5th most common name in this country, but, like, man, one time someone made me spell it out, and it was like a out-of-body experience, because I thought this person thought I had said Johnson. That happens sometimes. People think I say Johnson, and I'm like, no, Thompson with a T. But like the woman at the U-Haul place was just like, "What comes after tea?" And I was like, "Really?" Oh, okay. I mean, like I wasn't like mad about it or anything, but it had literally never happened before in my life. It is. I mean, like the threats and stuff are like, it sucks, but I mean, it's like it, it's part of the job, unfortunately, of like this job of like trying to do fat activism and trying to like push the needle on that. Like it's just part of it. If you want to be, I didn't like I didn't know what I was in for when I first started getting into it. And also, some of the worst of it has been kind of shut down or shoved underground. It used to be a lot worse when Fat People Hate was still an active subreddit on Reddit. It was quite bad at that point. It's kind of scattered and stuff. And I think also, like, when you're new, if you're getting a lot of attention, people will come at you, like, really, really hard to try to scare you off and to try to get you to stop. And, like, now I've been doing this so long, I'm just, like, part of the background of the people who do it. So it's not a, it's quite a bit less than it used to be. And, like, sad to say, I'm just kind of used to it. Alright, let's do a dancey dance. And then we'll end the stream. I would like to play. Oh, I like Koi no Disco Queen. Alright, let's try it.
さて一丁決めてくるか
I mean, let me just say also, like, I'm just pausing this so I can talk, like, real talk seriously. If anybody, like, if you find yourself in a position where something similar to that is happening to you with like dox threats or people harassing you online, please come and talk to me on Twitter. We will go to DMs so it can be private and I will coach you because there are things that you can do that you can't make people stop, but there are things that you can do. There's strategies, I guess. And like I don't want to like get into it now, but like there's specific things that you can kind of do that through it's been basically 10 years at this point. I've kind of developed strategies to where like to manage it. And like so if you find yourself in trouble, you're having some problems, please come and find me and I will help you. Because like the platforms will not do anything. But there are, especially with like Twitter and YouTube. I don't know if you guys with YouTube, but like especially with Twitter, I know it pretty well, and like there's stuff you can do, and you can kind of yeah. So it's not like I think the thing to also keep in mind if even if you're just getting dogpiled on Twitter, like if somebody takes one of your tweets and quote tweets it, and like a bunch of their followers are like getting up in your shit. Number one, there's things you can do for that to mitigate, and also number two, like it's temporary. People have very short attention spans. It will probably the last time I got dogpiled a couple of weeks ago, and like it was about a day. It was about a day's worth of bullshit. And then it was over. And so like that's another thing to keep in mind too. Like it feels very panicky, especially if you're not used to it and it hasn't happened to you before, but like it will go away. People get bored, and especially if you don't respond. They will like well, not if you don't respond. There's stuff you can do. Anyway, let's move on. I'm going to do this little dance, but like it's not like there's nothing you can do. It's essentially like prepping for bad weather. Like you can't stop it, but there's ways to mitigate the harm. So, all right, let's do this dance. Here you go. Oh, my little Justice Himbo. I love him. Ugh.
それ いい調子だいい調子だ Let's party night
Yes! I got it!
フィーバーしちまうぜいい調子だ
I love the hoo-hoo. Yes! I love it. I know. I love his little ghost cursor has the same little like scowly face that Kiryu has himself. It's adorable. It's adorable. He's adorable. I love him. He is the Justice Himbo of my heart. All right. All right, y'all. That's the stream. I had a really nice time with y'all. I will definitely see you on Monday, and then next week we're gonna try a Wednesday and see how it goes. Um, so I like Kiryu. Hey, I mean you might have guessed. He's he's my heart. I love him so much. I'm like I just want one. I just love him. All right, so that's the end of the stream. Thank you all so much, everybody who comes by the stream. Thank you, everyone in the chat, Jelly, Tier, Miss Dravel, Demonomaniac. You guys make this so much fun for me, and I had such a good time. But, like, even if you come by the stream and you don't chat, that's totally cool. I really appreciate you. Everyone who comes by the stream and watches it, even for a little bit of time, even if you don't want to chat, everyone makes the stream great, and I appreciate you. My name is Allie. I'm from Ok2BeFat because it is okay to be fat. And I will see you guys on Monday, probably, let's say 5 p.m. Eastern, although it might be a little closer to 5:30 because I have trouble with time. But that's going to be it. I had a really nice time. I hope you guys have a fun rest of your day or night, and I hope you enjoy your weekend, and I'm going to go. That's it. I got to go. Bye! Oh, God, it's time. I got to go.